All right, so as a refresher, guys, our story this week, the title is The Perfect Day. So you have to write a story describing the perfect day from the moment you wake up, and like what is happening throughout your day that will make the day perfect. What would be the perfect day for you? So you are just describing that whole day from the moment you wake up until the end of the day. You're describing the day and explaining how it was perfect, okay? You'll need 10 sentences to complete your story. I did say that already. You'll need 10 sentences to complete the whole story, okay? All right, so I'll give you a little bit of time, maybe like 10 minutes to kind of work on that right now. And yeah, so today's your day to finish your story, just letting you know that. All right, you can go ahead. If you have questions, just ask me. Those that are finished their stories, you can work on these 3 pages in your letters book. Or 4 pages. Get out your phonics. You can go ahead and get out your phonics book, page 273. We'll do that now. 273 phonics. Good job for those that finish your story. So tomorrow is our share day. So make sure that you're ready to share your story tomorrow.
200 and what?
273.
No, I'm not drinking mine. Okay.
All right, 273.
What phonics and text?
All right. All right, so for our dictation, I will read a sentence and you have to figure out the adjective that will go with the noun. So as you can see, we have job, job, and job. Okay, but so all of them all the adjectives that I give are going to describe job. You just have to identify what the adjective is. Okay. All right, so the first sentence. So job is there. All you have to write is the adjective before job. Okay, so Aaron did a good job on his test. Write the adjective. Aaron did a good job on his test. All right, what will be our adjective? Carson? Good. The adjective was good. All right, let me read another one. Fred did a better job on his language test. Fred did a better job on his language test. What is the adjective describing the job? Frank did a better job on his language test.
What do you want to do? Can you stop it?
Okay, what would be the adjective in this one describing the job he did? Better. Okay, next one. Tim will do his best job on his test. Tim will do his best job on his test. Write the adjective describing the job. All right, so what would our adjective be in this sentence? Tim did his best job on his test. Best adjective. So remember, guys, an adjective is a describing word. It describes how something looks, how it was done. That's an adjective, okay? All right, let's go ahead and review adding a suffix to some words. You'll practice that in your book on today for your pages, so I wanted to go over it on the board. Okay, so big. Before I add what is the rule that I have to follow before adding to big to make it bigger? What is the rule? Double my consonant. So remember, sharp vowel consonant, you double your consonant before adding suffix. Large. Is there a rule I need to follow with large? No. Say that again. Yeah, there. Well, it's something that's not a rule, guys. Remember, we take off the E and then we add the suffix, EST, largest.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, dark. Is there anything I need to do for turning it into darker? Darker, any rules? Just add the ER because that's a special sound, so it's simply just add ER, darker. Happy, what's the rule before turning it into happiest? What's my rule I have to follow? Jenna, that's Change, take the Y off and add I-E-S-T, and it turns into happiest. Okay, wet. What is the rule I have to follow before adding wet? I mean, before turning wet into wetter? Double my T and it becomes wetter. Tiny. Any rule I have to follow before turning it into
Turn the Y into
yes.
an
Change the Y into an I and add my suffix EST. Good. Okay, just a refresher. All right, some contractions. Was not becomes. Wasn't. And then we do apostrophe T, we take out the O. It is becomes, person. It's, IT apostrophe S. We take off that I. Or not becomes, aren't. We take off the O. And they have becomes, they. We take off the HA, they. Good. All right, so this week you're also practicing the articles and. Remember, goes with consonants, nouns that start with a consonant, and goes with nouns that start with a vowel. So when I say a car or an car, a car or an car, a car because C is a consonant, a car, an elephant or a elephant, and that E vowel, and ice cube or an ice cube. And because of this I. Good. All right, let's read a couple of words, practice a couple of sounds. All right, here, Janice, what are my sounds?
clink, CL,
CL.
INK,
INK, what's the word?
link,
Clink. All right, Avaya, sounds in this one?
SH,
S-H, start by U, what's the word? Oh, I'm sorry, another sound.
L-E.
L-E, what's the word?
Shuttle.
Shuttle, good. All right, let's go to the next one. How much? Quarters will equal to eight. So Jeff. $2.75. 15 quarters. Arrow, good. Arrow, okay, next one. Let's see.
How is that? Not here.
Rapture. Rapture.
Wow. No idea. You forgot that. I forget it sometimes. They forget about me.
It might have been during our study. And our study went almost to 6 o'clock Saturday.
If this is a pepper one, what? One.
W-H sound.
W.
Sign up. Faye, wine. Good. Okay. 15 quarters, how much? What you got? No, not
Tackle.
$4. Too much, you must be too many. $3.75. $3.75. Right, and then our last one, 7 quarters. Our last one. Okay, or I've been started with that one.
Bonfire.
Bonfire, okay. All right, you can go to the last one. Dennis, back to you. Dennis, sounds.
UN.
UN and
UR.
you are, what's the word?
And
Uncurl. All right, good guys. Lesson for finance is what I wanted to go over. Go ahead and get out your reading book, page 8, and your reading, page 8. You're reading page 12, not 8, page 12 in your reading. All right, so page 12, we have that page 12, Mr. Nobody, yes? All right. You checking your tail? Not checking? Yeah. All right, page 12, let's go ahead and begin. Can I start us off? Okay. Yep. So the moral, parts of the story, let's read about the moral. What is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story tells us the meaning of this. The series of story asks himself, why did the author write the story? The answer will give you a question mark. Author wanted him to learn understand well how he was, how to make the right choice.
Okay, so yeah, the moral is basically the point of the story. That's the moral. All right, so let's start our first story, Hidden Treasure.
The hidden treasure.
97.
There once was an old farmer who had heard that treasure was found in an odd place. He thought and thought about such treasure until he could think of nothing else. He spent all his time hunting for them. Oh, how he wished he could find a pot of gold. One morning, a horse arrived. Wait, a horse with a bright face and said to his wife, At last, Mary, I've found the treasure. No, I cannot believe. She said, I did. How did you find it? It was told about a dream. He said, it is under the tree of an ostrich. Let us hurry and get it, said his wife.
Okay. All right, so who is the farmer? He is the main character. So what did he hear about in odd places? That there were treasures in odd places, right? And so one morning morning he wakes up, and I'm sorry, what could you find in with some of those treasures? He wanted to find a pot of gold, right? So he woke up one morning and told his wife that he found the treasure. But did she believe him?
No.
No, but he said because in a what? What?
And under a tree.
No. Where? How did he know where it was? He found
had a
out
dream.
he had a dream, right? And it was where? Under a
tree.
tree. All right. So let's see on 14 if it really is under the tree, orchid tree.
What's opposite?
It's an orchid.
Wrong.
Orchid tree.
So they went, so they went out together. They went out together. Out together. Into a, what is it? Orchid? Which tree holds the treasure? Asked the wife. John scratched his head and looked for belief. I really do not know why. Said I was the expert. No. Distracted. Tree in my dream, but they are so many trees there now. Am not sure which tree has the treasure. So John Jacob's beginning to dig under I was about to
Go ahead.
every tree the whole are I'm gonna skip that. All eggs, apple trees. No, and all 20 peach trees. They carefully not to cut the roots. His wife as she went back to work. In the house, John smiled to himself and thought, what difference does it make if I cut the root?
Okay. All right. So him and his wife go look. Him and his wife. Let me see. Him and his wife go under the orchid tree because that's what they said. That's what his dream told him that that's where the treasure was in the orchid tree. Problem is that they know which tree it was. No, they didn't know which tree exactly, and there were so many trees. So what did they have to do? Dig what?
All the trees.
All the trees. They had to dig under every tree, right? And they had to cut what? The roots of the tree, because if it does, then the tree would probably die and cut the roots. Okay? But he's not listening. He says, what difference does it make? Okay? 15.
You can die. The whole orchid will not bear one bushel of good apples or peaches. Even so, John began to dig and was careful not to cut the root. He dug their feet deep around tree after tree, but found nothing. The neighbor began to think that John was acting strange. Soon they were telling other people who then came to see what he was doing. They would sit on the fence, would make clever jokes about digging from hidden treasure, and call the whole orchid Jacob's Folly. How much money did you get from that hole? They said as they laughed. Maybe you'll find some money in the next one.
Okay, so he starts digging, right? And so if he cuts the root, what would the tree wouldn't be able to what? No. Fruit. You wouldn't be able to grow apples, peaches, anything. Okay? Did he listen though? No. No, he didn't. And he was careful not to cut the roots. He dug 3 feet around each tree. Did he find the treasure?
No.
No. What does his neighbor think?
He was saying.
He was saying, right? On the tree limb. They didn't understand. Okay? And so they started to laugh at him, saying, you're not getting anything. How much money are you trying to get? They were just making fun of him. Okay? 16.
John became so embarrassed that he did not want to be seen in the orchid anymore. He stumbled into the house and said to his wife, "Why don't I just sell this?"
All right, so go ahead.
Oh,
So number
no.
1 says, my dad and I went to Brown Park
This
to
has
play.
always
Pay attention to your comments. Number 2,
I
next
cannot
Sunday is
of
Thanksgiving.
maybe if you'll
And number 3, Tyler and Fred went to Chili's. Let me change that.
neighbors
Thursday.
stop laughing.
Thanksgiving is on Thursday.
John did as his
I'm looking at your pronouns.
he
Take your
filled
time.
with earth until it over a level
The sun is the
as it was before.
Oh.
Soon enough, everyone forgot Jacob's folly. When the warm spring came, all the trees burst into bloom. John looked out over his flowery orchard. Mary said John was bright spring day. Don't you think the blossoms are finer than usual this year? Yes, they look bigger and brighter than they have ever have been, said his wife. By and by, the blooms fell, leaving so many apples and peaches that the trees.
Okay, so he's thinking that his neighbors are making fun of him, but he's still digging. He continued. Was a little bit embarrassed, right? And so after he became embarrassed, what did he tell his wife? He said, "Let's move," basically. And what did the wife say? No, she said, "This has been her home." So what is she telling the holes?
Dig them back.
To fill them back, to fill the holes back. Okay, so when springtime came around, all the trees blossomed, they bloomed, right? Everything bloomed, apples, peaches, everything was growing. 17, Dennis?
You said I have to read 20?
17?
What was he reading? Heartily hold up all the fine fruit. Now the neighbors came not to make fun, but to admire John Jacob's lovely orchard. How did you do it? They asked. It seems that the trees were just old and needed attention, said John. By turning the soil and letting the air, it must have given them strength to bear fruit. Though John never found treasure under the trees in his orchard, he learned a lesson which was more valuable. Real treasure comes from hard work.
Okay, so he looks at his work and he sees all of his time fruit, right? And so the neighbors came, but instead of them coming, this time they came looking at his orchid and how beautiful it was and everything that they grew, right? And they couldn't understand. But John, the man, he didn't realize either that when he was digging up stuff that actually helps his tree, right? They were able to gain strength and now they have a bunch of fruit. And now, not just that, he can make money, right, from all of the fruits that he has, right, in the orchid. So he learned a lesson that that was more valuable than the other stuff, pot of gold that actually was. But the dream was right. The treasure was in the trees, right? It was. It just wasn't what he thought the treasure was. It was instead, it's in the fruits. Okay. All right. That's our story today, guys. On today. All right. So tomorrow we'll go on to our next story. All right. That's it for our morning Zoom. I will see you guys this afternoon to do our science, social studies, math, and language. Okay. Bye bye.